We are live with Rob Theoharis from Atlantic Bay Mortgage. Hey there, to talk about the number one Google, I guess, thing that people search on Google today is the real estate market, and is it going to crash? And how this is positive news for the average consumer getting ready to buy in the real estate market.
Yes. I mean, the market's still hot. You know that. I know that. People, I don't know what the doom and gloom is right now. I mean, what's the average days on the market right now?
Average days on the market are 18, which has gone
18.
down from last year, which was 20.
Yeah. I mean,
And that's from the time they list and until like the time they close. So that's
that's
pretty short.
insane. I mean,
Yeah, when
that's
I started in real estate in 2007, and the average days on the market, when I would go into a listing appointment, I would tell people 9 to 12 months. They would sign a year-long listing appointment with me. So it's 20 days, 18 days. Holy cow, that's nothing.
I mean, I think the big thing is it went from absolutely insane. Wow.
Good.
Uh, I think it went from absolutely insane to hot, and people are looking at it as doom and gloom, and that's the wrong way to look at it. I mean, people are actually able to go see houses before they put in offers, instead of making a 50,000 above listing price offer on a house sight unseen. They can actually go to the house now or go to an open house.
That is exactly right. 6 months, 8 months ago, you might have a house that hit the market at 12 o'clock p.m. I'd have 15 people calling me saying, I want to place an offer on this house. I need to do it now, sight unseen. I'm at work. I can't leave. Let's go 50,000 above. Let's do all this crazy due diligence. And now, actually, I think it's really fun right now because it's still hot. Everything's selling super quick, but not in 10 seconds.
Mhm.
Now you still have multiple offers, but you have like 5 days.
It's much healthy. It's still hot though. It's still, you have to be actively looking. Houses aren't going to sit, but you have the opportunity to look at them. Like you said,
That's
I'm seeing open houses now. I love that. I mean, I missed going to open houses. It's refreshing. People didn't even have time to print flyers before the house was sold.
uh, and I'm telling you, you know how many new agents that did nothing but put a sign in the yard? I mean,
Mhm.
it was crazy. And now you're right. They're doing open houses. They're actually negotiating a little bit. Like I said, I think it's fun. And you have breathing room.
Mhm.
Whereas 6 months ago, you didn't have breathing room, but the supply is still low. We're still 22%. The housing inventory Wilmington area is 22% what it was less than it was last year. So our supply is still low and the demand is still high. We're in the top 10 states of inbound moving people. I think Wilmington is in the top 2 locations of inbound moving.
And
People
yes,
are coming from everywhere. Holy
it's a
cow,
super,
California, Florida, doesn't matter.
yeah, super desirable place to live. I mean, the appreciation is still there. We're projected at 5% this year. The Over the past 63 years in New Hanover County, it was an average of 3.68%. We're still well above the past 63-year average. The 5-year average for appreciation is 20%. I mean, where else are you going to make
Yeah, that's better
20%?
than the stock market,
Yep, absolutely.
especially
Now,
right
what
now.
what I'm running into now is, because there was such a frenzy earlier this year and last year, a lot of people went under contract on new construction homes, right? Those houses are now getting completed, and these people have to put their homes on the market. So they kind of have to sell to move into their new home. So there's actually some room for negotiation now, which is refreshing a little bit. Would you say you're seeing that?
Yeah, absolutely. That's my friend Brian. Hey, Brian. He's my not Raleigh. He's my Charlotte realtor. Um, but yeah, we are seeing. I'm sorry, I was trying to say hey back to Brian, but yeah, you know, it's the housing market is one of the best investments and it always has been historically. It certainly hasn't changed. I mean, it's still. I mean, we've gone up, 15% from last year, projected another 5%. Hell, I invest in the stock market as well, and let me tell you. I don't want to, I'm not looking at what that's doing right now because that is definitely lower than what I would like it to be. But even Elon Musk said, and if Elon Musk says it, it must be true. But he says that the real estate market and the housing market is the best thing to put your money into.
I mean, it's definitely the largest builder of wealth in this country, in the world, technically. So, I mean, I'm not doom and gloom. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna submit to that. Again, like
interest rates, right? They're starting to stabilize.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, the Fed got behind. They should have been raising interest rates a long time ago. They waited too long, so they're playing catch up now. But I mean, they are going to come down. They can't stay like this. Believe it or not, when the Fed raises the Fed funds rate, the more interest rate hikes we see, it's actually good for long-term rates. So a lot of people don't understand that, and I mean, I can discuss that for hours, but rates will come down. And like I tell you, and I will say this slow, you're going to marry the house. You're only going to date the rate. The rate is, you're going to be in the house.
You're saying date the rate.
Date the rate, yes. But I mean, you can purchase a house, you can enjoy that appreciation because the house is still going to go up in value. So the longer you wait to purchase the house, if you say, oh, interest rates are too high right now, interest rates can come down in 12 to 18 months. You can always refinance that. But that same house 12 to 18 months from now is going to be 5, 7, 10% more. So you're going to pay more for the house. So enjoy the appreciation. You can refinance when rates come down. There's a bunch of alternatives right now. People are looking into adjustable rate mortgages because you get a better interest rate and you're going to have, 5, 7, 10 years to refinance that before it adjusts.
Absolutely. I agree 100%. So, and there's tons of loan programs out there. I mean, everybody's getting creative with that, but I mean, it's like 5.5% on average. Like,
it depends on the day.
And it's stabilized. Everything I'm looking at, it's not like a couple of weeks ago.
A couple of weeks ago, it dipped a little bit. It depends. Different economic information that comes out changes it. We can see it drop a little bit. We could see it rise a little bit. I mean, from last year, yes, they're significantly higher, but it's not going to stay that way. And that shouldn't stop you from buying a home. I mean, if you rent a house or rent an apartment, you are paying 100% interest. So if someone tells you the interest rate is 5.5%, you say that's too high, I'm going to go rent. You're going to go pay 100% interest.
That's exactly right. And rents, just the rental rate just went up 15% here. So I think the average rent for like a 3-bedroom apartment is $2,000 a month. Mm-hmm. That is a lot of money, like $24,000 at the end of the year, and that money's gone. I mean,
zero equity, no tax write-off. I mean, it never makes sense to rent. I mean, there's a time and a place for renting, but if you can't afford it, home ownership is the greatest builder of wealth.
Absolutely, I agree. So if we were going to sum this up real quickly, 1 or 2 sentences.
About the market, I mean, don't believe the hype. The news loves doom and gloom. People watch when they hear horrible things. It's like looking at a car accident. Some people can't look away. Yeah. It's not like that. I mean, you need a place to live. This is the desirable place to live. People come here from all over. The property values are going up.
Absolutely. Yeah, they are. They are. And way faster than the stock market. So yes, I agree with you. Well, awesome. Well, thank you, Rob.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Rob Theoharis, Atlantic Bay Mortgage, one of our top lenders, recommended lenders. He is local. He is fabulous. He will answer you, text you, email you, call you back as long as it's not past 8 o'clock at night, because my man works out and he goes to bed early, but he will text you back at 5 o'clock in the morning. No worries.
Yes, early riser. It's a blessing and a curse.
That is exactly right. Well, thank you, Rob.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. I appreciate the opportunity.
Absolutely. You have a good evening.
You too. Bye-bye. Bye.